Hi, welcome to today's video, and in this video, being the month of love and the fact that Valentine is coming next week, I'll be sharing 3 tips that will help you enjoy your Valentine's Day and still have a good time even after Valentine. Okay, so just before that, it's good I mentioned there have been discussions on whether Christians should actually celebrate Valentine, and I know it's because of the fact that in history, the dates around Valentine had a pagan event that used to happen, and in the Catholic faith, the Roman Catholic faith, on 14th February, they're actually celebrating the death of Saint Valentine. It's a memorial for Saint Valentine. So when all this after time culture came in, and it started being an event where people actually share love and express love. And my own opinion is, because expressing your love to someone that you care about is not morally wrong, so I believe even as Christians there is nothing wrong with taking advantage of the day and expressing love to the person that you care about, the person that you love. So it's good I mentioned that. So don't feel guilty when you're going to celebrate Valentine with your loved one just because there is pressure. I remember when we were dating with my husband, at some point we got this and we started feeling, is it really okay for us to celebrate Valentine and all? So yeah, that is my own opinion. Go out, celebrate the person that you care about. I don't think there's anything morally wrong with taking advantage of a day to do exactly that. But that's my own personal opinion. So it depends with you. Now, getting to the 3 tips on how to celebrate your Valentine, have a good time, and still have a good time after Valentine. The first point is stick to your budget. Now, when I'm talking about sticking to your budget, it's not just what you have planned to spend on this day. I know there are people who you probably hadn't even saved anything for this big day, and you have a budget for your month, you have a budget for a week, whichever, depending on how you get your income. Maybe you get your income weekly or monthly. Don't do anything that will make you struggle for the rest of the month, for the rest of the year, sometimes even more than a year, just to impress someone. I know you love them, but work within what you can manage financially. You don't have to buy a 10,000 gift, a gift worth 10,000 shillings, if you can only afford a gift worth 500 shillings. If you can only afford to take your partner to a small restaurant, have one meal, you don't have to spend all the coins you have to take them to a 5-star hotel, have 3-course meal or 5-course meal, then for the rest of the month you do not have food. So kindly make sure that you work within your means. And if you find yourself struggling with that, then ask yourself, whom are you cheating? Because this person will eventually get to know you cannot actually afford what you're trying to impress them with. Either they will realize, if they are sharp, they will realize when you're still dating. And if they are not wise, they will realize after the wedding that you actually were living a lie. So instead of living a lie, work with what you can manage. If at this point you don't have money, you're not able to take them out, you're not able to get a gift, let your partner know. Let the person you're dating know that you do not have finances to do that at the moment. But when you get money, then you'll get them a gift, or you will be able to do something. And trust me, if you've been honest with each other to this point, your partner already knows where you stand financially. So they will not really put pressure on you. Okay? And this goes to both ladies and men. Even ladies, you might find that your man is more financially stable, and you think, because this person will be taking me to a 5-star hotel, they are, paying for a cab for me, and they are doing all this stuff, you have to get that person a very expensive gift. The person who actually mentioned and said, it is the thought that counts, not really about the amount of money that you're spending on. I believe and I support that person. I believe what they said is actually true. The thought is what actually counts, okay? So don't go beyond what you can afford just to impress someone. Be honest with yourself, know what you can manage, and work within that. And by the way, it's good I mentioned this is not for people who are married, this is for people who are dating. So all this video I am making for people who are going out dating. Yes, you're already dating, you've identified someone, and you're walking the journey towards getting married. So work with what you can manage. And for the single people, make sure you watch my video on singlehood as a blessing. That will encourage you. If you have not watched it, it will encourage you in this coming week when everybody is going out, people are dressed in red and everything, so that you don't feel left out, so that you realize the season you're in singlehood is actually a blessing. Yeah, so it's good I put that out there before I even go to the second point. And my second point is, do not lower your standards. Do not lower your values. If for whatever reason, what you need to remember, being taken out, being bought the best gift ever, whether you're a man or the lady, it's not a ticket to go into sin. It's not a ticket for you to compromise. There is life after Valentine's Day. So beyond finances, there is your relationship with God. And you cannot afford to compromise your relationship with God for a relationship with another person, because trust me, relationships break. And even if this relationship goes on, you will live with the guilt of I compromised. And you might find, it's also good to make sure that you'll not take yourself into compromising situations where probably you're taking the lady to your place for dinner and it's just the two of you, or you go very late to a dinner and then you have to find your way back home. I know by now compromising situations in singlehood. Please don't lower your standards. Going out for a holiday next weekend because it's Valentine's, the weekend after Valentine, and you know very well you're not married and you're going for a holiday for 2-3 days or even one night, and it's just putting yourself in the pan and expecting not to get fried. Is stepping on hot charcoal and expecting not to be burnt. So as a Christian, you know your standards. If you watched my first video when I talked about things you need to put in place and in order before you start dating, one of them was make sure you know your values and your standards. So if you already know your values and what you stand for, the standards you have, stick with them. Don't compromise just because it is Valentine's Day and everybody seems to be in the mood to do some of these things. As a Christian, whether in Valentine or not, you are still a Christian, okay? Now, before I go to the third one, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you can get more content related to relationships, dating, and everything that has to do with creating a foundation and the right foundation for marriage. The third one is, do not compare yourself. Trust me, the temptation of comparing ourselves during Valentine's is always high, because there are people who will start getting flowers on Monday, chocolates, as much as Valentine is, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. There are people who will start getting gifts as early as Monday. And They are probably, they're even on the dinner, the day they are being taken out for dinner, they are bought clothes and shoes. And beyond that, there are people who might even be showing cars. Someone has been given a car as a gift for Valentine. Don't compare yourself. You don't know. Maybe for a guy, you might find that this other person doesn't have much financial obligation, that all the money they have, as much as you're working at the same place, same position, earning the same amount, this person probably is not supporting anyone at home. Yeah. Another person you might find they have been saving for the last 2-3 years because this is the weekend they intend to propose. So they have been saving towards it. You don't have like 100 G's to spend on someone. So don't compare yourself. Even for ladies, if you compare yourself, you might find yourself not contented and not appreciating even what your partner has done for you. So don't, just try not to compare yourself. Remind yourself that you are different and your partner is different. And as you, trust me, when you do that, even now when you're celebrating Valentine, that is a discipline that you need to keep cultivating, because it will continue coming. The temptation to compare yourself will not end just because this event is over. Even in marriage, the temptation is there to compare your marriage to another person's marriage. So this Valentine, when you feel tempted to compare yourself, please make sure you don't give into that. Be content with whatever, be contented with what you two do, and thank your partner for whatever they give you if they're able to. If not, appreciate them, even with words, even with a walk. You don't have to spend money to show your partner that you actually love them and you care about them. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching to the end, and make sure to watch the recommended video that I just mentioned on singlehood if you have not yet watched it, and see you there.